Hey guys, it's your pal Melissa in our very first video that is not like totally business related. I mean, if you are looking to run your own business or just have some inspiration, this will absolutely speak to you no matter what walk of life or journey you're on or where you're at in that journey right now. This will speak to you because we're going to talk about people in your past who have kind of shaped the way that you think today and how we can change that thinking. So dive a little deeper into that thinking and then how we can change it and move forward. And the inspiration 100% comes from my favorite book right now, Girl Wash Your Face, from Ms. Rachel Hollis, who I am obsessed with. I feel like I'm even dressing like her today. So the chapter that I kind of got all of this out of is the chapter about making yourself smaller. So if you've ever felt like you're sort of ashamed of what you do, or you're like so humble to a fault, I'm talking to you. So we're going to dive right in. And the way this chapter starts out is Rachel is at like a convention and the speaker asks, who is one person, or no, out of your parents, who did you crave love from more? Not who did you love more, but who did you crave that love from more? And for me, 100% was my father. P.S. If you've read this chapter or you're going to read this chapter, it's my life. Like, it may be your life too, and it will be such an aha moment if you've been through this that it will blow your mind. So go get the book. Like, I'm in no way paid for this, people. I am not that famous. I am not famous at all. So I'm just saying this book will change your life, and especially this chapter if this speaks to you. So mine was 100% my dad. I have always craved this like unquenchable love from my dad. And I think that's twofold, right? So I think the reason that I've always craved that from him is because I feel like I never quite get there with him. I know he loves me, but I just feel like I can never quite satisfy his expectations of me. And so the next question goes on to say, who did you have to be for this person? This person that you craved all this love from, who did you have to be for them? I had to be successful. It's the same thing as Rachel says in the book. For me, it was successful. I mean, the bar for me has always been in the stratosphere, okay? Which has obviously gotten me to where I am today, but it also made me like, I could never satisfy this success. No matter what I do, I feel like I can never be successful enough. But the other thing that she talks about is this feeling of also having to be small. So I've got to be like mega successful, straight A student, the best volleyball player ever. I was supposed to be a doctor, but I also have to be like really small about it. Like, I can't tell anyone about it. I can't be like boastful about it, which is a good thing. You don't want to be boastful. You want to be humble, but you also don't want to be shameful about your accomplishments, right? So, like, here's an example. Now, a little backstory, I was a pharmacist, okay? So I had that's pretty successful. That's a professional degree. I went to med school for a couple years, didn't like it, so I graduated as a pharmacist. I would say that's pretty successful, but I hated it. So I made the leap one day to just leave and do my own thing and run my own online shop. And you better believe that I have been ashamed to say that to anyone. Because now that we go back through this whole thing of who do you crave love from more and who do you have to be in order to get that person's approval, I don't feel successful in my dad's eyes because I'm not a pharmacist. I don't have like a stable job with a really good income. I mean, I'm doing really well for myself now, but it's not his version of successful, or at least I didn't think it was. Spoiler alert, he's proud of me. I did finally ask him that, and that was super important after reading this chapter. So that has really freed me at this point. But so now when I talk to people about what I do, I always lead with, well, I'm a pharmacist, but I have this like online shop where I sell clothes. Because I'm embarrassed to say that I'm like a blogger and I own a shop. Like, that's sad. That's sad. And I have never been one to talk about my success ever. Which I think is good. Like, we learn in the Bible even to not boast. But I'm like ashamed to talk about things I've done in the past. And I don't want to be that person anymore. I worked hard for those things, you guys, and you worked hard for those things too. So celebrate them. Enjoy them. Be proud of them. You don't have to be small. You do not have to be small. You can be a big old girl full of life who's proud of everything that she's done up to this point, and you can let the world know it. This is the first time, I'm going to say all in one place, that I graduated with honors from college. I was the captain of my collegiate volleyball team. We were in the Big Ten. I went to medical school. I graduated pharmacy school. I'm proud of that. That feels so good. You guys, I have never said all of that in one sentence because I've always thought that I had to be small. And I had to have this exact path to success. Otherwise, it didn't count. I'm here to tell you, so not true. And it's so freeing when you just let it out there. Like, how many of you are embarrassed to say that you're a successful blogger? Or, you know what? I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm freaking proud of that. That may not be what my mom or dad defines as success, but I run a great household. My kids are loved. Most of the time they're bathed. Sometimes I cook them dinner, and I'm gosh darn proud of it. Because the most important things of life are being satisfied, such as love, right? In that household that you run. Or, like, who else out there has this mom guilt of saying that I love my job? Like, I freaking want to work all the time. If I could work all the time, I would. I don't ever want to turn it off. Yes. Okay, here's another thing I'm ashamed of, and maybe you can relate. My 3-year-old goes to full-time daycare. I'm at home right now. She could be here. I work from home. But I want to work. I love my 3-year-old, but I can't have her up in my business because my work fulfills me. I have found something that fulfills me, and I want to do it. I want to chase dreams. I want the sky to be the limit. I've got goals, people, and I know you do too. Don't be ashamed of those. Let them out. Don't be a mom who has guilt for working too much. You know the line. You know when your kids are feeling like, Mom, I really need you. You know when you're feeling like, man, I really need my kids or my husband. Do not be ashamed of it anymore, because I'm not going to be. I love to work. Sorry, if you're going to judge me for taking my kiddo to daycare while I'm at home, that's on you. Because guess what? Another quote from this book, someone else's opinion of you is none of your business. It is none of your business. Sorry. I'm going to do me, y'all. And I'm still going to be successful. And you're going to be successful at whatever that is, whatever that means, and you're not going to be small about it. So, okay, I have to read this from here because it is so huge. All right, are you guys ready? I cannot continue to live as half of myself simply because it's hard for others to handle all of me. Again, it's good to be humble. It's good to not be boast, but be you 100%. Celebrate your successes, whatever they are. If they're a success to you, celebrate it. Tell the world. If someone doesn't want to hear it or doesn't love that part of you, again, it's none of your business. It is none of your business. So, we are going to live as our full selves 100%. We're going to celebrate the success, celebrate the failure, because we're going to learn from it. We're not going to be small anymore. We're going to be big, bad, beautiful Melissa. You're going to be big, bad, beautiful you, and we're going to continue to grow that way. So look back. Who is that person that you crave love from the most, and who did you have to be for them? And that's going to tell you a whole lot about yourself. And it's going to get those gears a spinning to where you can finally work through that and let it go, sister. Oh, one other thing while we're on mom guilt, dads don't have that. No one says, oh, dude, you're working too much. You should be with your kids. No one says that business. It only happens to moms. And guess what? It ain't fair. And it's a double standard, and I don't like it. So we're going to stop it right now. If you love to work, awesome. If you hate to work and you want to be with your kids all day, awesome. I'm not going to judge you for it. I'm going to love you for it. Because guess what, people? It takes all kinds. It takes all kinds. So 3 ways we can work through this, right? If you feel like I need to be small because it's the way that I grew up and it was the only way I was going to please that person who I wanted to show me love and I was craving love from, you've got to have, this is what Rachel says in the book, okay? You've got to have a willingness to offend. And that doesn't mean like go be mean to people. That means that you do you. To me, that's how I sum it up. Do you. If someone doesn't like it or offend someone, it's not your problem. You've got to be you. That's what I'm doing right here. I have sat and thought about, what do I want this YouTube channel to be? Oh, it needs to be perfect. I need to have this camera. It needs to look like a Gary Vee video or whoever. It's got to have music and I've got to edit it in clips. I don't care. This is me. This is real life. I'm sitting in my living room. There's Doc McStuffins. There's that's like a unicorn behind me. If you don't like it, you can change the channel, but it doesn't affect me, right? I'm going to do me, and it's a willingness to offend. Make a bold statement. What is that bold statement that you need to do? For Rachel in her book, she wanted to get a wrist tattoo. Like, to her, she thought she was going to be judged by that. That's why she never did it. I didn't think I could do anything other than be in healthcare. And if I didn't do that, if I wasn't in healthcare, I wasn't successful. Guess what? Made a bold statement and I said, peace out, healthcare. I don't like you. I'm not passionate about it. I don't love it. I'm going to go do Melissa. That was my bold statement, was taking a leap without a parachute. Guess what? There is someone that always holds a parachute, by the way. Good old God. He's got a parachute for you. And last, have like an encounter with a guru. For me, someday I will meet her and I will go to a conference or watch a movie or I'll just read all of her books. Because when you start to listen to podcasts and you start to look at these videos and you find someone who inspires you, everything changes. Your mind starts to think in different ways. You no longer feel small. You start to realize there is so much more out there. Y'all, I'm so glad you sat through this 11 minutes and 15 seconds. I hope it did something for you. I really hope you'll think about those two questions of who did you crave love from and what did you have to be for them in order to then move forward and say, peace out. I am a new person starting today. It won't change overnight, but starting today. And we're no longer going to be small. We're going to be big, bad, old Tiffany who's out there, or Sarah, or Stephanie, whoever's watching. You're going to do you. You're going to be bold. You're going to make a mistake. You're not going to make a misstatement. You're going to make a statement. You're going to be bold. You're going to have a willingness to offend, and you're going to find someone that inspires you. All right, you guys, this was my crazy reality world. Nothing edited here. I hope you enjoyed. If so, please give me a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll have a lot more encouragement, empowerment, and love to come. Bye, guys.